Good morning all of you. Today I am going to show you how we can use Flipgrid in our classroom. A very simple and free tool, very effective way to get students to respond to you on online platform. It's really a brilliant video discussion experience for our students as well. So first to start with it, just type www.flipgrid.com. This page enters. You have to click onto the educator sign up, the corner, and then you have to create free Flipgrid account with Microsoft or Google. So I'm clicking onto the Microsoft. Students can also join these discussions from their mobile device or tablet once they download the free Flipgrid app. Now you can click with your account. Once it opens, you can see the discussions. You can start with the discussions by creating your first topic. You can click on to add a topic. We'll start with it. Now title, it can be anything that reflects on a chapter of maybe of reading, demonstrating a science experiment, anything like that. So I'll just make it as simple as it is, fable, which we have done. Next one, it could be add a question to start your discussion. It can be maybe share a fable character of your choice. Okay, share your favorite fable character. Now you can see scrolling it down, there are so many videos that you can attach to. You can engage your students onto that. It can be recording a video. You can record a video and ask the question or explain what you want the children to do. You can even, it can be even science experiments. You can show the experiment as well. It can be anything like that. It can be uploading a video. If you are not comfortable in recording it live, you can put it as uploading a video. Now you can add a video from YouTube as well. You can upload an image or DP. There are so many videos, whichever you are comfortable at, you can add that. For example, if I am putting over here DP, now you can see there, I am adding this. Yeah, you can see that. Now if I want to add more videos, I do have the options here. Just click, it comes. Okay, now let's move on to permissions. There are permissions where student email is there. Once you click, you have to, it starts with at the rate, and gemsedu.com. You can put that so that the students who are using only the gemsedu.com can enter. You can add more as well, like gemselearning.com, so that they can enter with this both if you want that way, which becomes more secure. Here you can see guest password, which you can click onto and you can have a guest password if you want any experts or parents are joining in with your discussion. You can use that as well. Is the student username. This is for if you are adding any specific children or if there is any specified group that you want to give the particular task. Like for example, if you want to use for your target group or intervention classes, you can use that as well. By putting your first name, last name and the username, you can keep on adding the students over here. Yeah, so now I'll show you how it can be public as well. Public, you have to just add the join code that you will get towards the end. Once you create the topic, you get the join code or the link which you can share with the children. Okay, so let's move on. Now the essentials, you can see the topic moderation. It's better always to keep that on because this helps you to moderate so that once the children put their videos, it will be hidden from your class and it will be visible for the whole class only once you approve. So it is better to keep that on. There is also recording time where you can set the maximum recording time. The minimum is the 15-second, maximum is the 10 minutes. So you can ask the students to, so you can set the time as how much time you want your students to record the video. Now the comments where students can respond to other students using the video, text comments, whichever you want to use, or you don't want them to put any comments, you can put it as a none. There are captions as well. If there are students who don't understand English, they want any captions in some other language, you can use that as well. Yeah, so we will start creating the topic. You can see that your topic is ready. You can get the link here. Just copy that. You can use with any videos where you can use them. You can share that. Now all set. You can see the table over here. Now you can see this join code you as a student. So you can click over there to see how as a student can see your task. So see, this is how a student will see. So student can see here the table, whatever task you given. If you have given the video, they can see that as well. So the question or share your favorite fable character. So this is how it will be seen. They can record the response clicking here or even here. They can record the response and even here. They can record your response, and the videos will be there. Now I'll show you the one that I have already done. So click on to the discussion. You will come back to the grades. So I have already used in fraction in action. So I have used that during the equivalent fraction where they were supposed to get up and find materials, different materials surrounding them, and make something where they're finding the equivalent fraction of these task 1. They were doing for equivalent fraction of 1 by 4, 1 by 2, 1, 3 by 4, like that. So task 2 was 1 by 2, task 3 is 3 by 4. So they used different materials. They used, some of them used Lego, some of them used a paper plate, some of them use post-it, some of them use different materials. So you can see that they have already posted. As you can see, some of them are hidden, some of them are active, where you can click onto each of the videos. Now you can see that. So, so Joe's here is explaining 3 by 4. So where he is finding out the equivalent fraction of 3 by 4, he is explaining that using the paper plates that he has made. Now this can be used for our events as well, where we used to give Padlet links. So this can be given for our different events where we can show the different videos like this as well. Now you can see that students have used different stickers and different things over there which they love to do. So I'll show you that later on. Now have a look over here. Now this is also something very interesting. You can give comment to your students based on their work. Add a public comment which everyone can see. You can give a feedback, a private video feedback, or video where you can record the video, or feedback where down you can see that private comment where you can give a detailed feedback, and you can copy the feedback link and share with her, or you can email the feedback. So the feedback the child receives. Okay, so this is how the feedback option is there, which I found it very useful. Now you can see there, now fraction in action, you can see here the edit topic. Once you click onto the edit topic also, you have more options over there. This is the one that I had given over there to as a title, as a prompt, and I have given a media as a picture. Yeah, so I had kept it as a public. Now I had given the timing also. Now if I want to add some link, I could have I could have put that as an attachment. I could have put an add a title over there, that link will come as this title. I could have done that as well. If I want to share some link. Now status, it remains active. Yeah, so if I want to schedule the date, I can do that as well. Yeah, if I want to save that for now, but I'm not giving it to the class right now, but later on I'll be scheduling it, so I can schedule it as well according to whenever I need. I can schedule it as well. Okay, so I can keep that as active or hidden so that others cannot see that. Now notification, when you need the notification, whether it is daily or weekly, even, or every new video incoming you want to notify, however you want the notification, that also is there. Now the video features, this is how, which I was just telling you right now, where video and cover image effects. Whether if you want your children to put cover images and videos, as you just saw right now, Joe's was having videos with the frames and all. So if you want them to use all those, they can. Okay, so if you don't want make them to use all those, you can just put it in the none. So I have kept it as cover images and videos. I want them to use all those. So now attachment link, if you want them to, they can even attach some external link if they want to based on the same. Now likes and view count, I usually keep it off, as they don't need that, how many likes or view counts and all based on that, since it's all for educational purpose. So I kept it off. And download and share, where students can download it. And video editing, this is where they can trim or delete or rearrange the clips here and there. So that's a good one where you can keep that on so that they can use it. Sticky notes, where students are allowed to use that. So I have kept that as well on. Now there's the feedback, which is the basic feedback. You can see where we can provide the basic feedback, where I just showed you right now. Now the custom feedback is there. Once you click onto that, we can add rubric as well. So if we have particular rubric onto any particular artwork, or if there is a writing work, any of them, we have particular rubric, we can add the criteria, and then we can give them the task. So that way also it can be done, and you have to update the topic. Okay, so that's it. Now at the top you can see many other options are there, which are like discovery and all, where there are many Flipgrids which is already there. If you want to search the topics and you want to take one which is already ready, and just duplicate that so that your work is simple, easy. So there are many options over there which I have not worked on to, which I will be exploring more. Yeah, there are shorts where you can make short videos, record short videos where editing and all is wonderful, where you can do that as well. So that's how we use a Flipgrid. I'm sure you will try it out. Thank you so much. Any doubt, kindly approach me. I'll be glad to help you. Thank you.